This car sucks.
Bruh.
Hello world, and welcome back to Accelerate, and welcome back to another car feature. Today we've got Savannah's lovely Audi TTS.
So the TTS comes standard with 270 brake and around 350 Newton meters of torque. They released them in 2008. You've got an option as a DSG gearbox or S-tronic, or a 6-speed manual, I believe. The TTS runs the 2-litre TFSI engine, which has been revised with different injectors and stuff. Say stuff. There's a few different bits. So yeah, the 0 to 60 on these cars is just over 5 seconds, which is really, really quick, you know. But this ain't standard.
Not a word that you say can save this, so don't cry, 'cause this time you crossed the line. This time you crossed the line.
Right, well, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to Savannah for taking the time, for bringing the car down. Luckily, it is turning out to be a nice day. So hopefully we'll make a good day of it. So, do you want to give us a quick run through of the mods, anything you want to show off?
Okay, so when I first bought the car, it had actually already been lowered.
Okay.
So that was my first step, was to lower it, because I've always had lowered cars. It's kind of my thing.
Yep, amen.
So luckily, obviously, without knowing, it had already been done.
On coilovers or spring?
It's on lowering springs,
okay.
But it's actually got mag ride, which is like...
Oh, it has that. Oh, nice. Okay.
Suspension. So, you know, that was a big selling point for me as well. Yeah,
definitely.
And then I think the second mod that I did was the ram air filter.
Yes.
Because I already knew that I wanted to map it in the future, so that was my next step.
Yep.
I then went in for an engine and a gearbox map down at TTC in Swansea.
Yes, big shout out to TTC. Yep, they're looking after both of us. Fingers crossed.
So yeah, I had that done, but because I had a standard exhaust, it couldn't get enough air through the kind of like the downpipe fastener.
So you had it mapped when it was a standard exhaust, right? Okay, yeah.
So obviously then at that point I knew that I needed to get the exhaust done, so I got an exhaust from Yorkshire. It was all ready, kind of in a full
you've got a good.
then.
It is a good setup. Do you want to run us through what brand it is?
So the downpipe and the decat are Cobra. They're 2.75 inch all the way through. And then it's a Milltek backbox and tips.
Nice.
So it's got a good mixture of like rumbly.
Because you said it's loud, but it's not too loud. So I'm really curious to see this. What you obviously you said you had it dyno. What power is it pushing at the moment?
So at the minute, after I had a map after the exhaust.
Okay.
So it's now 347 horsepower roughly, depending on temperature. And it's about 340 foot-pounds of torque.
Wow, okay. So if I'm right in saying, I'm sure Kenny will correct me, but that's more than a standard TTRS power-wise. I know they're completely different platforms. But I'm very curious because obviously, as you guys know, Kenny had the TTRS, and again, granted, his was over 500 brake. But the big difference as well, his was a manual. I'm really curious to see. I've been in a couple of DSGs, but not a performance DSG. Sort of, I think it was like Golf TDIs and stuff like that. Nothing against them, but I can't wait to experience a performance one.
Because the TTRS obviously is 2.5.
Yes, a completely different 5-cylinder. I think we've covered everything.
Everything else is just cosmetic.
I was to say, well, we'll run through the cosmetic. It's mad, like, I'll be honest, I'll hold my hand up. Whenever, like, I always see TTSs and I think, meh, you know, it's a TTS. But honestly, when you pulled up, the stance on it, I mean, it sits lovely with the Maxton. We've got the fronts, the side, and you've got the diffuser as well. You've got a diffuser.
The diffusers. it's not maxed in,
but it sort of presents really well, and it really does stand out. So no, I think it's done really well. And the main thing, let's go for a drive. So we're out on the road, and I gotta say, just from the flybys, I really wasn't expecting that sound. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. I mean, we're cruising now, you can barely hear it. And as soon as the boost kicked in, wow, it sounds like, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, it's what I wanted. I didn't want something that had like a known...
Bruh. I can cut that, it's fine.
Considering I didn't buy the exhaust, like...
As in choosing it and thinking,
it wasn't something that I kind of like choose or, you know, wanted, anything like that.
Just luck of the draw sort of thing.
Yeah, it was just, I needed, you know, a certain spec of exhaust and just whatever I could find that was in my price range. And I mean, I'm really fortunate that it sounds as good as it does.
As I say, it's a good exhaust. I mean, obviously brand, you know, they're a good brand. It is a good exhaust.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the noise, like, it's so easy to make a 4-pot sound terrible.
Yeah. That's what I was scared of when I first put it on. I was like, oh, if it sounds awful, I'm taking it off. Because they sound good as standard.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to kind of change the sound of it. It was just obviously for performance that I needed to do it, because I couldn't get any more power with the standard exhaust. So.
Yeah. But no, it's just fair play. Like, you've made a bloody good choice there. Yeah, so first impressions, like I said, when you rocked up, first thing I thought was, wow, that thing is low. And I thought, pretty sure she's static, and obviously you are.
Yeah. For now.
But yeah, but it's amazing. I mean, these are some terrible roads by here. Yeah. And for such a lowered car, it rides really well.
Yeah, I mean, it's got like an adaptive suspension on it. So like,
sorry, I just want to say this has got, is it magnetic ride they call it?
Yeah, mag ride. Yeah.
Like you said, it was a big selling point for you.
Yeah, it's quite controversial, really. Like, some people love it, some people hate it, because when it does go wrong, it can be quite problematic, and when it does go wrong, it's really expensive. Yeah. I mean, I've had the car for just over 2 years, and I mean, touch wood, apart from an engine management light for my gearbox occasionally,
which
I've had no issues.
Standard for any bad car, you know. I think they come from the factory with those.
Yeah, so, they kind of just throw them.
That was going to be my question. So you've had it 2 years, and obviously your experience so far has obviously been quite a positive one then.
Yeah, I've had no issues with it whatsoever. As soon as I bought the car, I knew that it needed a cam belt. But my thought behind that was, I'd rather get one that needs one and get it done Audi properly.
I would do it anyway as peace of mind. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
So I had it done, had a full service, Haldex, gearbox, engine service,
that's
everything.
That's the way to do it. Gives you the confidence in, because this car, you bought a TT, obviously you want to have a bit of fun in it, so it gives you the confidence to have a bit of fun in it then. Try and find a bit of straight so we can, so Sav can show me what she's made of. It's talky, isn't it? This is the gear changes as well, it's seamless. Fair play.
But yeah, even if, like, obviously I'm in drive now, if I use the kick down, it'll just...
Oh my god! Whoa, it just keeps... So when you put it in the first time, I was like, oh, you know, there's a bit of torque. I don't think you'd fully floored it, but wow, okay.
That's the thing, is if you kind of like use the kick down, then you can feel the kind of boost more.
Yeah. But as it shifted, you could see, obviously it was, I don't know, it just kept climbing. That was impressive.
Like I've done, obviously in Mexico, I did a top speed run in it, and it does the limiter.
Really?
Which is 155, yeah.
Wow,
and you could feel it wanted to go more, like so.
Okay, yeah.
It really does look nice.
I don't want it to look standard because obviously I love modding cars, but then I don't want it to go too far
Over
that you
the
kind
top.
of go, oh, it looks tacky now because you've done too much type thing.
Wow, that gear change is insane. Isn't it?
Yeah.
As I said, obviously I'm used to the manual of my out of the TTRS. Makes me wish I bought a DSG already.
I just given it down.
That's really impressive, honestly. Yeah. Like you said, it does feel more front wheel drive when you're driving normal.
Yeah.
However, it feels, it's really hard to explain, isn't it? You've got the confidence in it to know that it is going to grip.
Yeah, I mean, touch wood, like even in the wet, like I've got Goodyear Eagle F1 tyres on at the minute, all around.
With mine, it was, I had Unirolls on it when I first bought it.
Yeah, or the Rain Sports.
Yeah, the Rain Sport 3s, and they were fantastic. Then I had Pirellis on it, and it was all over the place.
Yeah, I've heard, that's why I haven't bothered with Pirellis.
Pop as well. But not too many, which is great. It's not pop bangles on it. That is annoying.
Yeah, because when I had the map, I mean I had the map completely custom, so I was fortunate then that I could kind of choose everything that I wanted. And I mean even from when I had the first map done, which took it to I think 317, because obviously we had to keep the boost quite low because I still had a standard exhaust and I had all the cats in and everything.
Right, yeah.
And even then he sort of said, oh, you know, do you want pops and bangs? I said, well, to be honest, not really, because I find it's a little bit too much.
Yeah, I suppose on the first day you'd be like, this is great, but then it's going to do your head.
But then when you're driving to work, you know, it's not just a weekend car for me. Obviously this is my daily.
Yeah. This direct, mine in the steering.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you've set this up really nice. Really nice. As I said, for everyday driving, and you've got the power there when you want it.
Yeah.
I'm a bit lost for words. It's nice. Yeah, it's impressed me. And I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to drive a Lambo or anything, because that's the impression that Andrew gives everyone. He's like, you're a car snob, and I'm like, I really ain't. But yeah, to say it is impressive. It's the power, even when I booted it earlier.
Yeah.
Even when you're up in the revs, I think I booted it about 5k.
Yeah.
And even there, it's there, it's instant. Like I said, there's not much I can say because it speaks for itself, you know. I'm glad I have driven it.
That's me.
Fun. No, thanks for letting me drive it.
No problem.
So, what an interesting day that turned out to be. What an interesting day this turned out to be.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I was one of those, I sort of never give TTSs a second look, and I think I was a bit spoiled from being in your TTRS, but when Sav took me out in this, I'm really impressed, and as I say, it's completely changed my mind on them. So.
I've always liked them. I actually went to go and view them before I bought my TTRS.
Yes, you did, yeah.
But I probably would have bought it, but the guy wouldn't, well, he didn't give me the time to go and test drive it.
Yeah, that's right.
He was on his phone messing around, so yeah, I didn't get a chance to test drive it. So driven this today, and I got to be honest, it is really impressive.
Yeah.
As a daily, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And as I say, it's been done really well. The mods that have been done to it, fair play. So
power-wise, everything, it's bang on.
It's a nice amount of power, and it delivers it really well. As I say, I can't say enough good things about it. So want to say a massive thank you to Savannah once again for taking the time. Thank you. So yeah, I think that'll about do it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching as always, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.
Boom.
This car sucks.